Hi, welcome back to my channel. The last video I did, or the last makeup thing I did, was a little stressful. I was trying some techniques out that I've seen makeup artists do that I wasn't comfortable with. I mean, it turned out it was definitely a look. This video is actually going to be kind of exactly the opposite of that. Well, this is going to be a video of the way that I would typically do my makeup. Because I am a dance teacher and I'm actually about to go teach a Zoom dance class right now, I keep my looks pretty simple. And then I'm going to pop my hair into a better ponytail than the situation that's happening now. I guess let's get started. I have this spray here. Again, don't know what it does. It's the Garnier Skin Active Balancing Mist. I guess it's supposed to balance me out. Now I'm balanced. Then I'm going to take the Hello Hydration by e.l.f. And then, in this dropper bottle, it says jojoba oil. It is not. It is regular olive oil. Because I ran out of the jojoba. This is where we are. This is where we live now. We live in olive oil land. First thing, this is by Joa. I got it from CVS, as I usually do. It's kind of like a tinted moisturizer. I use my hand to put it on my face. I know a lot of people use like brushes to apply things. I just use clean hands. Sometimes dirty hands, no judgment. And I like the tinted moisturizers because I could just apply it the way that I apply any other cream. It's easy. I just kind of do an all over coverage of it. All right, that's in. Then I'm gonna go in with a tad bit of foundation, but just like under my eyes really, and like maybe a little my forehead and chin. I really just do very little. A little bit goes a long way. Take my little beauty blender. I like to roll it over the top of my eyes too, because my eyelids tend to be pretty veiny, and I don't want people really, you know, seeing into my soul. It's none of their business. Alright, check. Now, we do brows. So I'm gonna comb them out first. I don't use a special tool. I use my little mascara wand. Boom, bam, that's it. And then I have my Wet n Wild. It's a super basic eyebrow kit, right? So I go in with a little bit of wax, a little bit of shade. And again, so when I get to this point, I have a scar here from falling into a wall, which if you know me, you wouldn't be very surprised. And now I just have this scar, so I just fill in my brows while keeping the scar in mind. Embrace it. You know, as I mentioned earlier, like I'm about to teach a Zoom class, so you're probably like, why are you doing your makeup if you're about to dance? Good question, Becky. The reason I do is because a couple of years ago, I went to teach a class. They just thought I was sick. They thought I was ill. So because I teach children, they could be a little like ruthless. So I like to do something with my face as to not concern them with my well-being. So I really do it for the kids. Okay, so now I'm done with these brows. I have this loose translucent powder here and this big brush, and then tap it, kind of poof it on my face just to set it. Our real cheeky party. This has the Hoola bronzer, and it also has the Rocketeer blush, which I really love both of them. I'm gonna do Hoola first. We're gonna hit the cheekbones, the forehead, and like maybe under the chin a little bit, right? And again, if you've seen my last video, the reason I look ridiculous when I do my left side and I have to make this like Popeye face is because my right eye is lazy, right? So if I try to go this way, this eye will just go on its own mission in the other direction. So I have to close it so I can see. I need to see what I'm doing. And that's to do, a little bit of face frame. Boom, boom. Move into some blush, the Rocketeer. I don't know where I'm supposed to apply blush. That's just where I do. Now what I'm gonna do, which I don't always do, but I'm gonna do it today, is I'm gonna take my ridiculous, there's a hair on it, perfect, dual-sided eyeshadow brush, and I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna tap it into the Hoola bronzer, and I'm just gonna use a little bit on the corners and creases of my eyes just for a little bit of dimension. Even? Are we? Sure. Now, I am going to take this Cool tool, which is just a lighter shade. And I use this on my waterline on the inside of my eyes just to make my eyes appear, I don't really think it does much, but I do. So we're gonna do it. And then we're gonna take the darker shade, and I did this in the last video. What I like to do is kind of slightly enhance this beauty mark that I have. You might think it's silly, and I would have to agree, but I'm doing it. let's hit it a little bit of highlighter, you know, and I'll teach one class and this will all be off my face for the most part, but I've made the effort and it makes me feel nice. 2 mascaras, let's do it. Twist, pull, dab, apply. Okay, that's 1. 2. These bristles are a little bit more on the comey side. I don't know if that's a word, but I basically just use it to brush it out. I'm gonna assume that makes sense to you. So I'm going to do my hair into a more cohesive ponytail than this thing that's happening on top of my head. So I'm gonna take out the things that I'm gonna need. Paddle brush my hair out, and then one of these round brushes that has those coarse bristles, and that's gonna like really smooth out the ponytail, right? So I like to use 2 hair ties. I like it in there, you know, especially when I'm dancing and I'm whipping it. So I am going to pull some of the products that I use. This is called Ampro Pro Style Clear Ice Ultra Coated Gel. It's like a protein styling gel. So I like this. It doesn't get too hard on your hair, which is nice. Although I say that and then I'm gonna spray it down with hairspray, but it's alright, that's what I'm doing. Alright, so we're gonna take this out. We're gonna brush it. I'll put it up into kind of the height that I would want of a ponytail. I'm gonna take just one hair tie, because again, we're gonna retie it, rebrush it. So it's in there. And we're gonna take our gel. I use quite a bit of it. I'm not scared. Just apply everywhere. And the other reason why I like to do the gel and then brush it through and tie it again is because sometimes when you're applying it, and say this is where I was leaving my ponytail and this was like where it's gonna stay, when I'm pushing back the gel, I push back the hair into the ponytail and it kind of creates this bump. So I have to brush it through and retie it to really make sure that I'm not creating any more bumps. I just want to get the product in there. So also, brushing it through will pull the product closer to the hair tie and really just kind of make it more evenly distributed. Alright, so now we're going to take this guy out. I'm going to start from under. I'm just going to pull everything up. So I'm going to go in with that. It's funny because I have this solely for this purpose. I don't blow dry my hair. I don't use it for that. Round brush. What do we think? Should we tie it? Let's do it. I can usually hit 3 with the 2 hair ties. Yes, she can. Sometimes by the end of the day I have a headache, but that's how you know you did it right. That's a good ponytail. All right. So I'm just gonna fix up these baby hairs a little bit. So I'm just gonna take a little bit more of this gel and just see what happens. And I just pull down and swoop up and then follow along with my finger. And I can never really get them that even, but that's okay. I'm gonna grab a little bobby pin and I'm going to take from the bottom piece of hair, about that thick, and I'm gonna wrap it around my ponytail. And this is just to kind of tidy up the look. And when it comes to the end, I'm gonna pin it under. This is Dove Style Care Flexible Hold Hairspray, level 4. I love it. I really like Dove hairspray. I don't know what. I like get that little hair tie situation. And that is it. Alrighty then. And so this is the ponytail. Okay. This is it. Super simple. This is just a look I do, so people know I'm not dying. And indeed I am not. Like, comment, subscribe, or don't. I love you anyway. Thanks for watching. Bye.